with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from downtown Baton Rouge, starts now.
Drop a little bit here. There it is.
Did she say the river's all wet?
Yep. You know how the lyrics are.
That's true.
Anyways,
rivers are famously wet.
Is water wet?
Yes.
Is it?
I feel like it's because in the lyric before she's like glitter on the wet street. So I feel like she's saying glitter, but maybe she is saying river. I don't know.
Glitter. Okay.
What's the name of the song?
Heads will roll.
He's going to go to lyrics.com.
I'm
all right, welcome back in. OTB.
But I don't know.
Huh.
Week number 3.
The river's all wet.
The river's all wet. She says it twice.
Yeah.
The river is. Like, it is wet, technically.
Famously.
If you say water's wet.
But you're all
river's
chrome.
wet.
What? Say it again?
You're all chrome.
We're all
But the
chrome.
river's all wet.
That's just
Wait,
like
she says both. She says both. She says the river's all wet and glitter's all wet.
A dried up river is also known as an arroyo. 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 Words are tough sometimes. Or a wash in an arid region. Arroyo. That's what a dried up river is. So famously, rivers are indeed wet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If they're not, then it's not a river.
An arroyo. How would y'all say that? Arroyo.
Wait, spell it again.
Arroyo.
Arroyo. There you go. That sounds better.
These Carlos Arroyo played in the NBA.
Okay, there you go. It's a sports guy. That's
that
how
he
you do
did.
it.
That he did. Point guard.
El Arroyo is a restaurant in Austin.
Okay.
Oh, there's also another term for a river. Ephemeral stream. It only flows after a rainfall. Then it's dried up.
All right.
There you go.
Sounds like a flash flood to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com to get that roll-off dumpster. 3 different sizes to choose from. They're going to make sure you have the right size every time. Residential, commercial service as well, if you're lucky enough to be in the service area. And if you got any questions, just go to the website, trashrangers.com. You'll see all the information there. Weekly text reminders. Always going to be there with that reliable service. So go to trashrangers.com today. Any more questions about water being wet?
I don't know. Did I just get judged for bringing all this up? It was very relevant to the show.
Yeah, great. So
not only is the river wet, but water is water.
Water
is water.
Well, I do have one more thing to add. An intermittent
right.
stream is a river that only flows at certain times of the year.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different types of rivers, apparently.
Your favorite river?
Arroyo.
Mississippi.
Red.
The Red River's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah, thank you. Tay, you got to answer. Your favorite river? Mississippi.
The Mississippi River.
Mississippi, okay.
It's right here.
Going Red River. Separates Shreveport and Bossier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas play in that game.
The Red River
Rivalry? Is that what it's now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like the shootout, but we can't say shootout anymore, apparently.
Oh, yeah, it's the Red River rivalry, which is very hard to say.
Yeah.
Can I finish my thought from the last segment? Because I feel like I
to.
came off as like one of those people that's like, oh, everybody hates women. No, that's not what I was meaning to say, because he did call out Koki as well. But like
Danny, like I don't know who you saw, but Danny did call out multiple people.
Oh wait, do we want to? Taylor has the video.
I have her explanation.
Okay, sure, go ahead. I don't know if
Says is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before. Don't want to go too much into my process or logic, but I will say I appreciate everybody's interaction on social media and all of your feedback. There's tons of people that vote on the AP poll, and like it's not a perfect system, but at the end of the day, like no matter who you pick, it does even out because there's so many people who vote. And like I said, it's really fun for discussion. It doesn't, probably matter in the end, but I'm glad that people are having a really good time with it. But as far as
I feel like it kind of does matter.
Well, if you have a vote, yeah, I mean, it matters. Like, you want to make sure you're going through, like, everybody's process is different.
Yeah.
But whatever the process is, make sure that you're giving it the full attention that it deserves and needs.
I'm pretty sure she just said she did it when she was drunk. Is that what she
said? Right. She was like, I was hungover. I had a long night.
Pretty sure. She's like, I did it pretty late at night. Don't want to really go into details about it.
I don't even have an issue
I was pretty wasted.
With the voting. I mean, moving Florida up after a loss is wild, but like, if you truly believe that, that's fine. I thought she was going to get on here and like give a full explanation, everything. She literally was like, I mean, it all evens out. Like, somebody did it right, I did it wrong, and then does it really matter?
Stand on business.
Does it really matter in the end, guys?
Yeah. Like if you're going to move Florida up 2 spots after they lost, at least have a reason for it other than, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I was hungover. Who cares? Like,
it's fun for discussion, though.
I mean, I guess it is. We are discussing it.
Does she get that interview without doing it? Good for her.
She said it's fun to have a discussion, and it doesn't really matter.
But also, she says she appreciates everybody's discussion about it, but then went private on Twitter when everybody was.
She did?
Yeah. It's just it's just a bunch of contradictions. Like, that's why I think like most of the heat's coming from not the poll itself.
Yeah.
Her reaction to it is awful.
And I don't mean this in like a annoying way, but she does deserve all the heat. But then it gives people so much credence to insult women even more. I don't know. I
at least take it a little bit seriously.
I'm not one of, right.
A little bit.
Yeah.
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 Don't just throw it against the wall.
And it's well deserved. Like I'm not saying don't talk about it because she's a girl or whatever, but it is deserved.
Hope it was fun.
I just think if you have a vote, like,
right,
just give it the respect. Like,
I was gonna say, like, respect it.
The respect it deserves.
Yeah.
Which, sit down, spend some time on it.
Just a little bit.
I don't have an AP vote. I'll never have an AP vote, but I do have a Heisman vote.
Right.
And I take it very serious.
As you should.
Like, it is something that, like, I don't ever want to give back. So I want to make sure I do the process right. I don't talk about who I'm voting for beforehand because that's not allowed, so I don't do it. And I watch tape of about 8 to 10 players that I feel like could be in New York. And I watch them against their best opponents, and I watch tape for about 2 weeks before I decide, and I turn my votes in.
Now, can you talk about it after the fact?
Yes, after the fact I can.
Have you talked about it on this show, like your process? And
I don't really think I ever did. Because every time I bring it up, T-Bob's like, well, how do I get a Heisman vote? I'm like, T-Bob, I don't really know.
So, let's dive in. Last year.
Yeah.
Who did we vote for?
I went Travis Hunter 1, Cam Scatterboot 2, and Ashton Genty 3.
Is that how it ended up? Like the overall vote?
Cam Scatterboot didn't even get to New York.
Genty was 2. So,
I thought Cam Scatterboot deserved to be there.
Yep.
He was somebody that, I don't want to say single-handedly, it's a team sport, but he kind of got Arizona State to the quarterfinal.
Like,
He's awesome.
In that playoff game, too. Like, he was
You can rally.
Yeah. You can rally. That's right. Like, your vote was definitely right on after the fact.
Yeah.
When you watch that playoff game.
Yeah. I mean, look, what Travis Hunter did was incredible, to be able to play both sides of the football at a very high level on a 9-win football team, to be able to retain the knowledge to be able to play both sides of the football, which is something a lot of people don't talk about. So, like, that went into my thought process. You know, like I said, I try to pay respect to the vote that I have. Like,
and you also said you were really high on the quarterback from Army.
Bryson Daly, yeah. Probably, like, I had a hard time leaving him off my ballot, but you only get 3. Bryson Daly was awesome at Army last year. Remember, Army was like in the conversation of a college football playoff team out of the G5 spot from a year ago. And, they fell just short. They beat Tulane, I believe, in the American Championship game. Then they lost Army-Navy.
Did he get some votes?
He got some votes, yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Like, again, I didn't put him top 3, but it was hard to keep him off.
And now, God bless him, fighting for the US of A.
Yeah, for sure. So, look, again, and I don't want to just throw shade at the AP poll. There's some people, I'm sure, that take it exactly as serious as we're talking about. I'm sure there's some people that sit down every single week and they have a process and they've been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years. I actually would like to have somebody on that has an AP vote. I don't know. I know Baton Rouge has maybe Rabs has one. Maybe we can have him on. He can talk about his process. But like the coaches poll, I don't say this for every coach, but I know a lot of coaches that allow their SID to be the person that votes for their top 25 in the coaches poll. Because look, I'm a coach. Guess what? I'm trying to get ready for, what blitz are they going to bring this week? Are they going to play quarters or quarter halves? Are they going to run gap scheme or zone scheme when it comes to I'm not worried about 24 other teams in the top 25. That's not the team I'm coaching. So I get it. Mm-hmm. Why do we have it?
I know, especially now, because head coaches have more to think about now than they ever have because they got roster management to deal with. When usually back in the day, in the good old days, roster was your roster. That's the roster you're going with. Once signing day comes in February, that's it. Now I don't envy the coaching position these days in college football. So they especially don't have an hour to go sit down and really think about the South Florida. If they're going to be are they going to be 18 or 19 in my poll? They don't have that time. So
and to the for them they hadn't if you're not playing South Florida or you hadn't played a team that played them and you just so happen to see their tape, you're not going to go watch South Florida. Yeah. If you're in the Big Ten and it doesn't matter to your bottom line.
That's a good point. But how many AP people are actually going to watch film of everybody either? Well,
I was just about to say the AP is made up of different people across the country. Does there need to be another poll? Does there be another poll where it's just national media members? I don't know. My process for getting ready for this show is different than my process getting ready for off campus. Mm-hmm. For this show, I'm going to be LSU certainly heavy, and then SEC is going to fill up the rest of it. For the other one, I got to talk about Luke Altmaier in Illinois, right? I got to talk about Sawyer Robinson in Baylor, right? I got to talk about Dan Mullen and what he's doing at UNLV. Because it's every team, every conference. So it's a different process. So whatever the process is, just make sure that you're giving it the respect that it deserves.
I do agree with her on one thing, though. I agree with her on one thing. At the end of the day, as former players and as players, polls don't matter at all. But for doing stuff like this, talking about it does create drama, which is football is the best.
That's why they have it.
It creates drama. Gives good talking points, gives people something for people to get upset about, to get happy about, false sense of security, and it gives us something to argue about. It's great. That's why sports and football season is the best reality TV show out there. Drama. Hey, speaking of drama, Taylor, have you watched or finished the Dallas Cowboy documentary?
No.
I finished it last night.
How was it?
It was actually pretty good.
Was it?
I actually kind of almost brought a tear to my eye.
Okay, I don't believe you.
I did. Well, that was the team I grew up with watching, and
So what you're saying is we've both moved on.
I moved on. I made a lot better life decisions when I moved on than you did. I thought, honestly, for the last three and a half months, I thought you were a pretty smart guy. Now I just realize you're dumb.
I will say, it took you a lot longer than most people, so I do appreciate
fair.
Fair.
Tip of the
cap.
I
do appreciate that.
That was the perfect response, the only response. So great job. Yeah, I would recommend it. It was very good. It was the first episode's a little nauseating because it's Jerry talking about how much he loves himself. But after you get past that part,
I've watched the first one.
After you get past that part, it's pretty good.
I haven't watched anything though.
You get into more personalities of the players and the coaches drama. Between Jimmy Johnson and then when Barry Switzer came on board, there was drama between him and Troy Aikman I never knew about. But Troy it's really good.
Did not like Barry Switzer.
Tell you what,
not a fan.
For the amount of attention that concussions got for a long time, Troy Aikman had a lot of concussions, and he still is.
He just threw the ball to the one in the middle.
Throw it in the middle.
There's three of them. Just pick the one in the middle.
But good Lord, football used to be a different game.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Even when we first got into it, it's you can have a 5-man wedge on kickoff return. Cool. Let's go hit that. Here comes the L5. Where am I?
Anyway,
San
go watch
Diego?
it, Taylor.
Great. All right. Are you done with Is Water Wet? We're ready, like, when we come back. We got Dr. Stephen Etheridge set to join us. A lot of injuries. Lots of injuries to talk about, to discuss, and try to get a timeline on maybe what that rehab process looks like. Also, I want to go around some of the other games in the Southeastern Conference as we start conference play. I know we had one last week with Ole Miss and Kentucky, but everybody going to start getting going here. I want to break them all down. So we've got a lot coming your way. Stay locked in here on OTB.
Off the bench.
And also go to PelicanRoof.com. That is a website for Pelican Roofing. Throughout the state of Louisiana, certainly here in the South Louisiana portion, they can help you out. Right? They got locations in Lafayette and in Baton Rouge. Right? Boots on the ground in both. Always doing something in the local communities there as well. But go check out what they can do for you. Go have, look at that instant roof quote. Great tool that they have. Type in your address at your home, at your business. Gives you an idea of what that roof's going to cost you. Speaking of cost, they also have financing options on the homepage of their website. So go there today, pelicanroof.com.
That's right. Offices in Lafayette, offices in Baton Rouge. That means if you decide to get a roof, they will dedicate a project manager to your job specifically, so you get the best attention to detail. And they are the most trusted roofing company in Louisiana, specializing in new roof repairs, gutters, metal roofing, whatever it is. Give them a call. Check out their financing options and go to their website too, pelicanroof.com. See those 5-star reviews right there, pelicanroof.com.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. It's Wednesday, 8:15. So our guy, Dr. Stephen Etheridge, joins us again. Doc, how we doing? How we living?
Oh, doing great, doing great.
All right, so unfortunately, we've got a long list of injuries to go over when it comes to teams that we care about. But I want to start with the New Orleans Saints, because one of their star safeties had a labrum tear. And we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I wanted to wait to get you in because I had a labrum tear and kept playing, but it was in December. And it's like, okay, well, we got a bye week, and then we had the playoffs, and it's like, we'll worry about that later. But it was December, so it's like, we're not going to have that many games left. Like, we're in the playoffs, but the most we can have is 4 or 5. What's the difference, like, if you have a labrum tear, like, early in the season, certainly when you play a physical position where you're going to be using your shoulder, and how different can the severity maybe of a labrum tear be?
Yeah, when we start talking about labral injuries, it is a can of worms here. You have 2 joints in the body that have a labrum, the hip and the shoulder. So your 2 ball and socket joints. And we're talking about a shoulder here. And the labrum and the shoulder mostly add stability to the shoulder. So it's something that doesn't necessarily work for strength and motion as much as its stability. So it's inside the shoulder, between the ball and the socket. It sort of adds this cartilage cup that sort of adds support around the shoulder. And the interesting with the labrums is it's like I said, it's opened this big can of worms here, because a lot of labral injuries we leave them alone completely. For what it's worth, I actually tore both of mine in my shoulders.
I never got mine fixed.
Yeah, my left one I didn't, my right one I did. My right shoulder was very unstable. It would keep sliding out on me, popping out of socket. And depending on how stable the joint is, we see it in pitchers all the time. A pitcher, because of the repetitive use, they'll usually tear their labrum.
Yeah.
And in that scenario, we usually leave it alone unless it's giving them problems. So that's when it gets really tough. But then on the other hand, like you said, if it's earlier in the year and we keep dislocating the shoulder, or even just subluxing it, which is like a partial dislocation.
Right.
So if we keep doing that, you're going to slowly kind of stretch that ligament out more. You're going to stretch the labrum out more, maybe tear it worse, stretch the joint capsule out. And sometimes you even start seeing bone loss. You have the socket and the ball, and if you start rubbing those together so much, that bone starts to erode. And then that's a much more difficult fix. So is it something that you can usually play with? Sure.
Yeah.
Is it something that you should always play with? Probably not. But then there are times it's fine. If you're stable, if you're stable and you're not popping out of socket, and it's just something that over time kind of wore down on you. Again, like I said, I've got one in my left shoulder and it never bothers me. It's I can't remember the last time, knock on wood, it gave me any issues.
You're going to go home and you're going to be like,
It's coming, I'm sure.
Because you said it.
Doc,
You
I've
said
been
it out
doing a
loud.
lot of push-ups in studio at breaks, and my shoulders hurt now. Is that two torn labrums probably?
No, it's just you're 40.
It's probably the latter, yeah.
I think that's probably more the case there. So when you have a labrum, obviously, like if you're going to miss time, it's probably because you have the situation you're talking about where you can't really keep the shoulder in. And I don't know if you've been through that. I know you and I, the positions we play, we've been through that before. And it's not like putting your shoulder back in is not fun. And like after you do it like 2 or 3 times, you're like, all right, I need to find a solution for this.
Yeah, and it's usually, if we have a guy that has this injury, there's a lot that goes into it. One of these themes that probably will come up almost every time we talk about these is severity.
Yeah.
We'll look at the guy, we'll do our physical exam, we'll talk to him, we'll get the MRIs, we'll get the information, and then you have that discussion. And it's really a shared decision making where,
right.
There's injuries where we're going to tell a guy, look, you can't play with this. This is, you tear your ACL, I don't want you to destroy your knee.
Yeah.
There's other injuries where it's like,
don't pull a Phillip Rivers and play in the AFC Championship game with no ACL.
Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea. But then even there, it's AFC Championship. How many of those do you get to? And we do have those discussions there. And as much as health and safety always come first, there's an injury line that we sometimes are willing to cross.
Right.
If it's a championship week, championship game, maybe I'm going to play with something. And being a former player, I look at it that way as well. And I think that's where some of that is helpful. I'm like, look, I get it. I want to play.
Yeah.
And there's times you got to tell the guy, man, no, you can't play with this. It's all relative. So there's a lot that goes into it. But we talk to the guys. We look at the exams. We do all that. And then we talk about it. We say, what do you want to do? What is safe? We give them the risk. And then we make that decision.
Doc, when it comes to like muscle tears, muscle injuries, if the decision is made for the player to play through the pain and make that decision to, I got a torn labrum or whatever, I'm going to play through it. Like, what is the process? Is the process different between trying to ease that pain and making it more comfortable for that player than it is that's something more something in a joint or structural, an injury with a bone or something like? Is that treatment? Because I remember having an AC joint and it was more like cortisone, lidocaine type, numb the pain. Like, is that the same with the muscle? Can you just numb like that area? Like, what's that treatment like?
Yeah, it's all relative. So it depends on where is the muscle, what is the injury. If we feel comfortable that whatever the injury is, that you can play with said injury and not really jeopardize your overall health in your future. If it's an AC joint,
sure.
If it's something that we can give you medicine for, that's not going to affect your cognition. So we're not going to give you like a painkiller. We're not going to give you a narcotic, but we might say, take some ibuprofen. We might even do a little lidocaine in some areas where we can numb something up, as long as we feel very safe about it. And even that, we talk to the athlete. We make sure we're all on the same page. But yeah, there are times when it is pain, and there are certain muscle injuries where that is the case. How severe was the injury? Where the injury located? But if it's a big tear, if it's something that's going to, like, again, put you at risk, well then
sure.
We're not comfortable crossing that line.
All right, so a lot of talk recently, and we actually talked about it last week, high ankle sprains, and there's a lot of different ankle sprains. When you hear like high ankle sprain, I was like, why is the high ankle sprain different than a normal ankle sprain?
So yeah, when we have ankle sprains, we break them down. Really, there's 3 areas in the ankle you can sprain. There's a lateral ankle, which is the outside of the ankle, which is the most common. There's the medial ankle, which is the inside of the ankle, and then there's the high ankle. A high ankle sprain is when you have an injury to the ligaments that basically attach the lower shin bone. So it's right above the ankle, hence high ankle. So the tibia and the fibula are the 2 long bones below the knee that go down to the ankle, and they form the ankle joint, at least the top portion of it. Well, there's some ligaments that hold those together, and if you have a high ankle sprain, it's going to be a sprain to one of those ligaments, and sometimes multiple of those ligaments. So the problem is that's a much more high stress area. The way I think of it is if you think of the foot, the top of the foot, which is the talus, is almost like a wedge that pushes up into those 2 bones. And so it's, I think about splitting firewood. You use a wedge to split firewood if y'all have ever done that out there. And that's kind of what's happening when you have that. You already have a partial strain of those ligaments, and if you're pushing that wedge up into them, it's just a much higher risk injury. It's one that takes longer to heal. The reason we all kind of groan is, in general, it's a longer healing process than the others. Now, like everything else, the theme that comes up a lot of severity. How severe is it? Is it a mild? Is it a moderate? Is it severe? Because sometimes if it's severe, we'll even talk surgery. We talked about the tight ropes and the different procedures.
Right.
Those are things that we sometimes do. It comes down to that same discussion where it's kind of a shared decision. We look at the exams, but we also really look at the physical exam in addition to the MRI. So we have the MRI, we have the imaging, but then we say, well, look, what can you do? And
is it a strength it cutting? Is it like burst? Like, is it all the above?
All the above. And honestly, it starts with something as simple as, can you raise up on your foot? That's usually the first thing that you want to see. You know, it sounds very, very, very elementary, but if a guy can raise up on his toes, most of the times it's not a really bad high ankle.
Right.
And we'll see. That's probably the first big test I want to see before we even talk about any of the others. Can you just raise up? And if you can't do that, I'm probably not going to be that comfortable with putting you anywhere near a field.
Right.
But if you can, then we move to can you push off? Can you come out of a stance? Can you sprint? Can you cut? And if you can do all those things, you know, especially maybe brace you up, we give a little extra support to the ankle and do those things, then yeah, that's a guy that will usually play. And if you can't, well, we got to see that.
Doc, talk about the different grades and how y'all judge the severity of a high ankle. Because remember, I had a high ankle sprain from the Virginia Tech, which was the second game of the year in 2007. The entire season. It's something I fought through. I played with offensive linemen
Crazy with
shoes
those fat ankles, right?
Yeah, and then I know. Relax, everybody. They're strong. They're not fat. They're just big. It was actually explained to me that I actually had a crack in one of the, like, I can't remember if it was a fibia or the tibia, but like a high ankle sprain sometimes is a fracture of one of the bones. So is that part of the judge? Just talk about the grades.
Yeah, so well, typically with grades, you know, it's kind of usually a mild, moderate, severe, or a 1, 2, 3 in that order. Sometimes, you know, you'll hear other injuries where you add some other grading, but most injuries, that's kind of how we break it down. And with the high ankle, a mild would be more of just kind of a stretch and irritation, probably only involving 1 or 2 of the ligaments. When you get more into the moderate, there's probably some partial tearing. With those injuries, usually it's going to be more than 1 of those ligaments. And then a severe is usually going to be a complete tear where you even have some instability usually. You're going to see some widening of the gap between those 2 bones. Those are the ones we're almost always going to fix. And then, yes, sometimes there is a fracture component involved with it. You know, just because you have a sprain or strain doesn't mean you don't have a fracture and vice versa.
Yeah.
So we look at all of that. If it's a very unstable injury with a fracture, with a lot of tearing, you know, that's something we probably fix. If it's a smaller injury, if we feel like we can stabilize it, if we feel like you can do the things you have to do, if we can see that from you, then that's one that, again, we'll get you out there and we'll work with it. To your point, it's something that probably is not going to heal, you know, throughout the year. This is usually, even the mild ones, you're probably still going to feel it. I mean, even week 1, you get to the end of the year, if we are playing on it, you're still going to feel it. It's going to get better, but you're still going to feel it. It's not going to go away really until we let it heal.
Yeah, they're. Did you have one? Jake?
What?
High ankle sprain.
No, I wasn't fast enough to have that.
They're brutal, man. I just remember feeling unstable, and every time I pushed off, it just hurt. It just hurt really. I mean, it was like it was a different pain than I'd ever felt.
They're different,
and the stability part was
all
really
my injuries were knee related for the most part.
Right.
It's like how many times you get a helmet to the knee and it goes the other way. It's like, oh, you got a sprain. It's like, okay, well, what is a knee sprain? I don't really know what that means.
Yeah,
it's like it feels like there's nothing in there right now.
It just feels terrible.
It just feels awful.
It feels, I don't know, Doc. It feels worse than a sprain. Do you want to check it again? It's grade 1.
You're not gonna like the meniscus you see.
Are we going up in the numbers? So grade 1's mild, or grade 1 is like severe?
This DEFCON situation.
Right. So the smaller the number, the less severe.
All right.
So grade 1 is mild.
So, my right ankle, I still have a pocket of swelling on top of my ankle from that injury.
Hey, you can get the exam later, bud.
I know. Can you check it out, Doc?
You gotta go to the clinic, okay?
Hey, Doc, I got this spot on my back.
Well, I mean, okay, is that the same for everything? So, like, we're talking about high ankle sprain. Like, I've talked about knee sprains. I certainly had plenty of those where I'd get a helmet on it and be like, okay, well, is that torn meniscus? Because I know what that feels like. Sure feels like I know it's just a knee sprain. So, like, severity situation, same in the knee?
Typically it is, yes. You know, there's every joint's going to be a little bit different. Everything's going to be a little bit different. But, again, I think the first thing we talk about with any injury is how severe. So, you know, if you have a knee sprain, well, which ligament is it? That does affect if we're talking about one ligament versus another. And then we start talking severity. Is it a mild injury? Is it a moderate? Is it severe? And sometimes, you know, even if it's a pretty significant injury, it may not be surgical. Other times, a more mild, you know, a small tear in the meniscus is probably something we're going to have to address.
Right.
So it's all kind of relative.
Gosh, I don't even know if I have any meniscus left.
Yeah, what is my body hadn't felt the meniscus in a long time.
I had the old microfracture surgery. Can you explain that one to our listeners? Because I try to explain it sometimes, and I don't think I do a good job.
Yeah. So microfracture. So there's basically, when we talk about the knee, you have the chondral cartilage, which is the cartilage that covers the bone. So on each of the 2 bones that form the knee, the tibia and the femur, there's some cartilage that covers those bones. That's chondral cartilage. And when you get a defect in that typically doesn't heal that well. So if you get a little divot or a pop mark or something like that, you're going to have to do something with it usually. Now, all things relative, the body can compensate. But if we're going to try and do something with it, one of the procedures that's been commonly done is a microfracture, where we literally drill little itty bitty holes into the bone under it. And what you're hoping by doing that is that you stimulate the body. You maybe even get into the bone marrow a little bit. You release some of the bone marrow, some of the stem cells, some of the other things that help heal, recover. And the hope is that some of that cartilage heals. It's not a perfect fix, you know, and that's one thing that we're still falling a little bit short of, is the perfect fix for cartilage injuries. That's why they can be a real bear. But if you make what's there a little bit healthier, if you can make it a little bit thicker, if you can get some degree of recovery there, well, that's better than nothing. And that's kind of the idea with the microfracture.
Yeah, that was fun. It's fun to come back from. I didn't know the rehab was going to be quite what it was off of that. I was thinking, it's going to be a meniscus, and I've had a meniscus surgery and played like 8 days later. It's going to be fine. It was not that.
It's a little different. Well, in part because you got to let it heal. You're drilling those little bitty holes. You got to let it try to heal. At least that's the hope.
Didn't do that.
They don't always.
Didn't do that one.
Buddy.
Didn't do that one. All right, there he is, Dr. Stephen Etheridge. Good enough to join us every single week here on OTB. Break down some of the injuries across the sports world. Doc, we appreciate it as always, sir.
Always. My pleasure.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back on the other side.
Off the bench. From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. When that's not possible, tell me, can you ever restore?
What are you laughing at over there?
Just people in the chat. Man, I can't believe y'all were kind of getting on me. I was trying to get a free exam in here.
I was like, do you just want to throw your ankle up on the table right now?
I'm trying to avoid those copays.
My God, like, hey, so like,
we got Doc in here. I want to get a little checkup.
Just
about
by
we take
chance,
turns?
if you sprained your ankle in
Every week he comes
2007, 18 years ago, and you still got a little pocket of fluid there, I'm just saying.
I was just making mention of it because I always think it's funny.
Hypothetically,
I got 2 injuries that I still have things from. It's like a gift from the football gods. I take pride in that little pocket of soil. I was trying to brag.
You also did ask if you had 2 torn labrums. So.
Yeah, true. Trying to get that. I might. 150 push-ups a day.
he might send you a bill.
He might send me a bill. All right, well, you got an opportunity to avoid some copays. You're going to take advantage of it.
No, I think we should take turns. Like every week he comes in, we each ask him about an issue we have.
Yep. Doc, I got this new mole.
Is this calls for
He
concern?
specializes in moles.
Should I?
He's not a dermatologist for sure. He's an orthopedic.
Is this a sign of aging or is this like a problem? Like what do I?
Oh,
what do
you're
I
a
do
doctor
here?
though, right? You know.
So the screw in my hip,
Uh-huh.
am I gonna have to get it replaced at some point?
Exactly.
Or
We should. On-air checkups.
Doc,
right
the
here.
screw in my hip. I feel like it's a little rusty. What are your thoughts?
I do find it fascinating, like all the different grades of sprains and stuff, because I don't know, like when I hear sprain, I'm like, okay, well that means I'm playing. That means I'm good. But not every position's created the same too. You know what I mean? And I never had a high ankle. And I've always heard, like, if you have a sprain, that's the worst one that you can have. And all jokes aside, like, you've been through that. You had giant ankle braces.
Sure, giant.
I mean, you really did. Like, you had those big
The
white
inside
ones.
of them was pretty narrow because my ankles are very shapely.
Yeah.
But the outside, it was
That's one way to
thick.
put it.
So
Plump. But seriously, like, what? I never been through that. I had knee sprains, but it's like, hey, sorry, bud, go out
I know
there.
sprain. Yeah,
But
sprain
high
kind of
ankles
like
always
makes
hear
people.
like, I don't really know about that.
I don't know. It's kind of like what we talked about a couple weeks ago, turf toe. Like that doesn't sound bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah, all sprains are not created equal. That's for sure. When I had that high ankle, boy, give me 2-3 tight ropes.
I mean, it was Middle Tennessee that you missed, right? In
Yep.
07? And then you came back, you said, against South Carolina.
Yep. I mean, but if you remember, like part of our offense was me running a decent
Oh,
amount.
you had 100 attempts that year.
Yeah, and it was at like 50%. It was with a big old ankle brace and literally offensive lineman shoes for multiple games.
When you
Not
say
proud of
offensive
it.
lineman shoes,
Yeah.
you had Timberlands on out there, basically?
I had the old shark bottoms.
Not the fat kid shoe.
The 2-for-1s at Academy for sure. That's the ones I have.
No. Did you have to go to the local?
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Local sporting store to go get some Pee Wee football cleats.
I did, dude. Shark bottoms. That's the only one that big brace that they had, which at that time was like state of the art technology.
That brace was?
That brace was. I remember Marucci had found that brace. Some guy making these braces, and only a couple people had it. And I mean, I don't know what was state of art about it. It just looked like a big old piece of plastic. Yeah, it's brutal.
So look, LSU's gone through some injuries. Had some against Louisiana Tech. Not quite sure.
There you go, bud.
Oh my God, those shoes are wow. You're wearing work boots on out there.
That's an Alabama.
Tay, we got to get you this picture so you can be able to put it up on the screen there. Oh yeah, do you not do that?
Good.
It's like all these cords.
It's just this random website that looks like I could pay $5.99 for this picture.
Go ahead. And also go ahead and go to Rouse's and Rouse's.com. We're going to be at Rouse's on Friday, every single Friday during football season. So come hang out with us. Love to have the interaction there. As we said, a lot of people sitting there eating breakfast, listening to the show, get a chance to, talk a little ball between breaks there. So we'd love for you to come hang out with us. Always a lot of fun at Rouse's every single Friday. And right now, if you want to check out the local deals you've got going on, just put your zip code in. It's going to pull up the closest Rouse's to you, and you can go and check out those deals and take advantage of those deals. Do we have your giant work boots? He does not. Okay, we will fix the technology, and we'll have those for you. We've still got a lot coming your way here. We're going to continue on. OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
Just give him the thumbs up. Go to getgordon.com. Getgordon.com is the website. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, right? You still got the billboard contest going on right now. So you've got that if you want to take care of that. If you want to enter your design into it, right?
Yeah.
And you want to drive around town, you want to see yourself on a billboard. Also, you can see what they can do for you in the courtroom. GetGordon.com, past client results, all that right there. Anywhere in the state of Louisiana, get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. If you've been injured, whether it's a car accident, whether you've been injured out at work, on the job site, whatever it is, call the people that you know. That Louisiana Trust has been helping people in Louisiana for a long, long time get what they deserve. So if you've been injured, give them a call. That's 888-8888. It doesn't matter where you are in Louisiana. That is the phone number. Get on the G team. Be a part of it. GetGordon.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, the makeup on his shirt. You don't believe his stories. You know that there are lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. Type of woman deserve good fame. This full of diamonds, a head full of rain. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You
all right, welcome back in. It is Off the Bench. Do we have? Oh, you unplugged, so we don't even have a. Do we have your ankles?
Oh yeah, I think did I plug back in?
God, your giant cleats. Oh,
here, I'll plug back in.
Wait, why'd you unplug in the first place? That's why we took a break, like on time.
Hey, everybody just needs to relax. Catching a lot of persecution.
All right, while you're looking it up, I want to remind our friends about Go Tommy's. Right. GEAUX, Tommy's with a Y. GoTommy's.com is the website. Sorry, Taylor. Hey, you're good. GoTommy's.com is the website. You'll clearly see the difference there. Gallery of work. Also, remember, they can customize your job. Hang the banners every single year after year after year. They win awards, including 2025 in the Advocate, Best Windows, Tommy's, Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommy's.com. All right, we good to go? My God.
I mean, it's connected. I'm waiting for him to pull up the picture.
Yeah, I lost it. I deleted it.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
We said that's what we were doing coming back.
I just didn't think it was as cool as.
Googling pictures of yourself is objectively really funny.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm trying to Google fat pictures and I can't find it.
Oh my God.
That's like I
Flynn's
just look
fat
too
ankles.
good in most of these.
Yeah, my ankles look too good. That's exactly right.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, no.
It's over.
No. Oh my God. Yeah, you crashed and burned.
Did I?
Can you leave early?
Yeah, okay, sure. If you want me to.
I think you need to get out of here. I think you need to kindly leave.
I'm going to beat it.
I do.
But seriously, I'm leaving.
Yeah, he's not.
I
a
actually
Foxhole
really
guy.
am. I am a Foxhole guy. I have some high business I got to attend to. I got to go provide the world with incredible hydration.
What do you have to do?
Huh?
What do you have to do?
I got a little show. Got a little expo I'm going to set up. Slinks in my high.
You hawking
Spread the
my
good
high.
word.
Got my high here.
Got my high here.
Hey,
my high.
Is that like that kind of show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For
Like,
sure. Oh yeah.
People
we
walking
go set up.
by and you're like, hey, you like hydration?
No. You like hydration? You gonna love this.
I mean, seriously, is that what we're doing here?
No, we're going to set up. We got a little trade show we're going to set up. So we will be. Pretty much we go and we give samples. We talk about the product. We give the product away and good opportunities.
All right.
Good opportunities.
Is it open to the public?
It is not.
Wow.
It's a private event.
Whoa.
But you know what is welcome to the public?
No, I don't.
Going to Rouse's and buying my high, or going to our website, signing up for a little subscription service. You can get like a monthly delivery. Don't have to just click it and forget it.
I think somebody's used that before. I don't think you can
No,
use
this
that.
is the first time I just coined it. Can I trademark that?
Yeah, I don't think that's not.
But I am sorry. I don't like to leave. I almost thought about just shutting down the whole company so I could stay this hour. But I decided that probably wasn't smart.
Yeah.
Last 10 years of my life dedicated to it. 9, really.
I'm dedicated to this show.
I'm dedicated too.
Just not as much.
You
as
should
mine.
call in from the other.
I call
thing. Yeah. You can FaceTime us.
Okay. It's about a 30-minute drive, though. So by the time I get to my car.
Yeah, but you
A lot
FaceTime
of
us on the way
excuses.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
Do you
fa-
have
that's
that
not
thing?
safe, though.
Well, but do you have that thing that you put?
I don't. I used to, the little magnet.
Yeah.
I know. That was awesome. I need to get that back. But then I found myself like doing too many things. I wasn't being a safe driver. So just remember out there, if you're driving around, don't look at that phone. It can wait.
Unless you're looking up my high
Unless you're looking at myhigh.com right there. It's
and putting it in
filling
order.
out-
Putting
filling out
people-
yeah, you just drive with your knee. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. Don't get a gambling problem and don't drive with your knee. intact.
That's great advice.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. Speaking of that, the NFL has started, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Baton Rouge. That's promo code Baton Rouge. You get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. So, in partnership with DraftKings, the crown is, guess what? It's yours.
Is it?
Yep.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana, select parishes only, eligibility restrictions apply, licensing partner, Golden Nugget Lake Charles, bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos, NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
Well done.
Nailed it.
Flash.
I know. I was not
All right,
going to leave
so
this show without doing that.
In hour number 3, we are going to have Dear Delandra. We're going to have NFL Bachelor. We're going to go around the SEC, break down some of the other matchups outside of LSU and Florida. So we do have a big hour number 3 coming your way. Go ahead and get those Dear Delandra questions inside the Bayou for chat, and we'll do that probably at 9:15. We'll give you some time to get those questions in. Again, how many teams are we eliminating? 3 today?
Who cares?
6.
Oh, 6.
I'm
going
so
down
happy.
to-
I'm leaving.
Whoa.
I'm missing
Getting
this
to
segment today.
the Final Four.
So fired
the
up.
Final Four today.
All right, the Final Four of Taylor's new NFL team that he can root for because he's given up on the Cowboys. We've got all that coming your way. Hey, Flynn, go fly a kite. Get out of here,
Drink
pal.
my high.
Take a hike. We got this.
Off the bench.
Good luck.
And also, K to Z Blinds has you. KTOZBlinds.com. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. When you go to KTOZBlinds.com, you'll see in the top right corner, Baton Rouge, Lafayette on the North Shore. They service your area. And really throughout the state of Louisiana, just call Brandon, have that conversation with him. Right? So if you're in Alexandria right now listening to us on ESPN Alexandria, like we're talking to you. They can help you out. So have Brandon Barton and the team come out to your space. Again, interior, outdoor living, sometimes both, and you don't even know it, but they know it. KTZBlinds.com.
That's right. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. And why the outdoor? Because they have exterior motorized screens so that turn your outdoor living space into really an extension of your home. Open those doors, put those screens down with a click of a button, and by God, it feels incredible. Even in the heat, it still is about 20 degrees cooler than it is outside, and it is incredible. So call them and ask them about it today. KTZBlinds.com.